Okay, Raki. In the last session, let's start today's session. Okay, Raki, let's start today's session. In the last session, we discussed about the switch case and the class object. Is that so? Raki, are you there? Raki, yeah. Let me start. Let me start the WAMP. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the nested loops. Okay, Raki. We already discussed about the loops. How many type of loops in PHP, Raki? Nah, yeah, yeah. It's condition. No, it's also a condition. There are four type of loops in PHP. First one is for loop. Second one is while loop. Th- and the third one is do while loop. And the fourth one is a yeah. Do while is also a loop. Yeah, you said that do while. And the fourth one is for each loop. In PHP, there is a four loops, four type of loops. Okay. Now we already discussed about these loops like for we initialize the index and value. After this, we just set the condition and the incremental. This is our simple for loop. Do you remember that or not? Yeah. If I just simply echo the value of our variable I with a pr, use the pr tag, proper display, then it will the output will be 0 1 2 3 4. This is our simple for loop, means we just initialize the value with 0 in our for loop. We set the condition the I less than equals to 4, means for loop will execute till the value of I is less than or equals to 4. If it's greater than 4, then this loop will be terminated. Okay, Raki, and we said this incremental. We already discussed about this kind of loop. You got the working of loop, is in the first condition this line execute, after this line execute, in the second iteration when the value of I is 1, again this line is execute. These two line again executed in second, fourth and fifth iteration of this loop. Okay, Raki. Now we are going to discuss about the nested loop. Nested loop means loop within the loop, means we have another for loop or any other loop within this for loop, then it will call the nested loop. Okay, Raki, how it is work? Let's see with the coding. Code, I'll explain you. I have to take another different variable, means I can't use $i. So I'm using j condition $j less than equals to 2 means 0 to 2. This loop will execute 0 from 0 to 2. I'm just setting an incremental j plus plus. I'm just simply echoing the value of j in inner loop. See the echo a simple PR tag. Okay, let me echo. If I echo value, then it will just messy output means you can't write it. One second, let me show you. The output will be this. Can't understand, some of the difficult to explain. Let me echo the hello. After that, we will echo the value of $0. Okay, Rafi? Just echo hello. So this is our nested for loop. Means this is our outer loop, the first one, and this is our inner loop. Means this loop is within our outer for loop. You got the point? Okay. Now this inner loop will execute fully in for every iteration of outer loop. Means iteration means when I is equals to 0, then this loop will execute three times, 0 to 2. For the value of I is, if 0, then it will execute 3 times. If I value is 1, then again it will execute 3 times. And if I the when means for every iteration of outer loop, the inner loop will execute completely. Let's see the output. I'll explain you now. Yeah, this is our output. Means this 0 is because of our outer loop. Means this is the value of I, and these three hellos because of our inner loop. What is our inner loop? Our inner loop is just for printing hello 3 times. Means it start the value of j is 0, and the condition means this loop will execute 3 times. And what we have done within the loops, we just echo the hello and the beard, nothing else. So it means this loop will execute 3 times. So for every iteration of outer loop, this loop will execute 3 times. Means when the value of this is the first iteration of our outer loop, and this is our inner loop. Means inner loop executed, fully executed. In second iteration, it's again executed. In third iteration of outer loop, the inner loop executed again. Means for every iteration of outer loop, inner loop will execute, fully execute. Means it will execute all that iterations, all its iterations. Did you get the point? Let me show you. If I remove this from here, I just echo outside. Means these are now two outer loops. There is no inner loop, no nesting of loop. So simply this will print 0 to 4, and this will print 3 times hello. Let me show you the result. This is our current result when we use the inner loop. If we use both the loops as outer loop, then this is our result. Means this is because of our first loop, and this is the because of our second loop, 3 times hello. Is this okay? Raki, code. Yeah, yeah. Hello. Okay, okay. Yeah. This is our okay. Means for every yeah, yeah, sorry. Yeah, ask me, ask me. Yeah. We can add I and j in inner loop only because the value of j is accessible in inner loop only. Yeah, I can accessible here and inner loop also, but we can't j j put I plus j in the outer loop. Means here we can't put here. We have to put there here. Let me show you. If we add, I'm just echoing the value of dollar I plus dollar j. So what will be the output? Means I equals to 0. Okay, is equals to 0. And for I equals to 0, sorry, I didn't get you, Raki. It's okay, na? Okay, okay. So in the first iteration, I is 0, and for this I is 0, and this loop will execute all the three times. Means the value of I is 0 for three times. Means when 0 plus 0, then after that 0 plus 1 for value of j 1, then 0 plus 2, and this loop will terminate. Then next iteration of outer loop I will be 1. Let me show you the result. It will be 0. Yeah, this is because of our addition. These three means 0 1 2, means 0 plus 0, 0 plus 1, and 0 plus 2. Then in the next iteration 1 plus 1, sorry, 1 plus 0, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2. In our next iteration 2 plus 0, 2 plus 1, and 2 plus 2, and so on. Mm, let yeah let me 1 second, right? We will see the calculation. Let me remove this right now. I will show you the calculation. Tell me, do you understand this or not? We will do calculation within the loops. We will do, but do you understand this thing or not? Means outer loop, within the outer loop there is also a for loop. This is inner loop. So in every iteration of outer loop, this for loop will execute three times because this is the condition. Because of this condition, this will loop execute three times. Okay, Kushi. So our output will be a simple this. Means this 0, for this 0, our inner loop will execute three times. For this one, three times. Is there any problem regarding this code? No problem. You got the logic? Okay. Okay, Kushi. Now I want to print table from 2 to 5. Means table of 2, table of 3, table of 4, and table of 5 till the 10 digits. You got my requirement? My requirement is I want to print the table. Table means 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. This type of table from 2 to 5 means table of 2, table of 3, table of 4 and table of 5 till 10 digits. You got the requirement? Yeah. Now how we do with these loops? Let's see. I want to print the table of 2 starting from 2. Okay. Means our value of I'll I take our value of I as 2. 2 to 5 means we have to do this 5. Now this loop will execute for 2 till the value of I is 5. Okay. So this is our simple. After this, we have to execute inner loop 10 times. 10 times means 2 to 10. 2 to 10 means 9 times. Let me show you. Let's assume 1 from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Means this loop will execute 10 times. This loop will execute 5 times. Now, my requirement is I want to print the tables. Okay, let 1 second. I'm just echoing the value of I dollar I. The I means the outer loop value. I and after that I'm just using this dot. Do you remember dot? Why we use dot? We use dot for concatenating the string. The concatenation operator. We already see these dots in operators. Okay, this is a simple string. Means yeah, this is for our display. This is I'm echoing for our display. 1 second, I'll explain you. And our dollar value of dollar j. Now this will echo. After that I want to print. 1 second, I can all I can concatenate this string also with space, and I can say equals to. Now I want to print or calculate dollar I into, this is the calculation, dollar, dollar j. This is our calculation. Let me show you the output. 1 second, there is a problem in code. We have to use single quotes for our string. This is also string. Let me show you the result, then I will explain you. So the outer echo I will use this. Okay, so is this our requirement or not? This is our requirement. Yes or not? Yeah. I want to print the table of 2, table of 3, table of 4 and table of 5 till 10 digits. So this is 2 into 1 equals to, means this part. This part I print using this. You got the point? Means somehow with some confusing code. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah. Yeah, this one, yeah, one because of this I, and into this is the into is string, and this is the value of j, means 2. Okay, okay, only the result, yes. I just put that because of for the proper display only. Yeah, only the result. Okay, I'll explain you the result. Then after I will just give the proper display. This is our requirement. The result is, now this is our requirement, means 2 to 5, table of 2 to 5 till 10 digits. Okay. Now how it is comes, means what is the coding, what is the logic behind the coding. Let's see. In the outer loop, the value of I, the first time the value of I is 2. Okay. And the inner loop, the for this 2, this inner loop will execute 10 times, means where what is the condition. Yeah, I just said j equals to 1, and I use the condition, means this loop will execute till whenever the value is less than or equals to 10, means this loop will going to execute 10 times. Okay. So for every iteration, means for every iteration of outer loop, this loop will execute 10 times. Okay, Kushi? Okay, Raki. Now, now in the first condition, the value of I is 2. So here is 2. And this loop will execute from starting to end, means 1 to 10 for this 2. Means in the first condition there is 2, and the j is equals to 1, means 2 into 1. So there is a result, 2 into 1 means 2. After this loop will execute again, the inner loop. Now the value of j is 2 for the second iteration of inner loop. So value of j is 2, but I is still 2 because of first iteration. So 2 into 2, 2 into 2, just printed 4. Okay. Now the iteration of our inner loop, third iteration, this is the iteration of inner loop only. In third iteration I remain same 2, but the j will be changed or incremented to 3, to 2 into 3, 2 into 3, yeah, here is a 6. After that, in the fourth iteration, j will be 4, and the 2 into 4, 8. And then the next iteration, j will be 5, j will be 6, j will be 7, j will be 8, j will be 9, and j will be 10. When j is equals to 11, the inner loop will terminate, means this loop will terminate, and the control goes past to our outer loop. Now the value of I is incremented to 3, means now the value of I is equals to 3. So for that value also, the for 3, our j will execute 10 time again. Yeah, this is for our I equals to 3, the j will execute 10 time again. You got the logic? Did any confusion or query, you can ask me. It's fine. Okay. So tell me, Raki, if I don't want to print the table of 3, I don't want to print the table of 3, means my requirement changed. I don't want to print this table, only this table, and and the other result will be remain same. Other output will be remain same. I don't want to print this table. Tell me the logic. I don't want to print 3. Yeah. is the in the inner loop. What kind of condition? Yeah. What kind of condition? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll just explain you. My requirement is I don't want to print the table of three. How I for that I have to know how the table of three is going printing and how the table of three is showing. What is the logic behind the table of three? Then only I can remove this. Okay. The table of three printing means when the I equals to three, then table of three is printing. Is that so or not? When I equals to 3, then this loop will execute 10 times. Is that okay? Yeah, is that correct or not? When means when the value of I, because of the value of I, these tables are printing. Means I don't want to print this table. Table of 3 means I don't want to just execute this loop when the value of I is equals to 3. I don't want to execute this loop. When the value of I is equals to 3, then our our requirement will be fulfilled. You got the logic? You got the logic or not? I'll tell you how we do that. Yeah, means when the I is equals to 3, I don't want to execute this loop. So we already discussed about these conditions. See, the simple if I'm using I equals to 3 within the if condition. And yeah, now if the value of I equals to 3 means this the code inside the if condition will execute only when I equals to 3. Okay, Kushi? Hmm. Now I just don't want to execute the other coding for this condition. Other coding means I don't want to execute this loop for this condition. So there is a continue. We discuss about the continue. Let's see the output. I'll explain you the continue. Yeah, there is no table of three. Got the output? How it works? Let's see. We discuss about the continue. What continue do? What continue do? What is the logic of continue? Continue just bypass the things to the back to the loop. Means whenever we use or whenever the continue statement executes is this line, whenever this line will execute, the controls bypass the to our for loop, bypass the controls to the our for loop or any other loop. This is our outer loop, so we use the continue statement in outer loop. When we execute this line means when the I equals to 3, then this continue will execute. This continue will execute means our execution control will not execute this line. It's just this, because of this continue, the control execution control goes back to our for loop, and the value of for loop will be incremented automatically. Now in the next time the value of I will be 4, so this condition will not execute. This loop will again execute it 4 and for also 5. So it will execute for 2 because 2 is not equals to 3. When the 3 equals to 3 means I equals to 3, then the continue execute. So the inner loop will not going to execute. When I equals to 4, The if condition will not execute. So inner loop will print this table, and also for I equals to 5, inner loop will print this table. Is there any confusion regarding this coding? Got the logic of continue also? Means this continue just bypass the things to our back to our for loop. Means if you want to just escape any condition in loop, same as per our requirement, I want to escape the condition of when I equals to 3. I don't want to print anything, so I just use continue. Raki, do you remember there is a break also? We discuss continue and break together. So yeah, so tell me the output. Hmm. Outer loop will not there, then inner loop will okay. Means our output will be this and two table of two and uh, one second. Let me show the code. When the I equals to 3 means whenever I equals to 3, just break it. Break it means you will break. This code will not execute for 3 also. This code will not execute for 3 also. For 3 also, because we just break here. Yeah, only table of 2. Yeah, this is our output. If we use this break, means this condition after our, after not within, just I'm using after. This is all, this is in our outer loop, but after our inner loop. So it will print the table of 2 and 3. Means when I equals to 3, this code will execute. This code will execute 10 times. Okay, and then our control goes to here. When we check, yeah, I equals to 3, yeah, this is condition true, then just break it. Means no other looping will be there because of break. So this will print 2 times. Means table of 2 and table of 3. Got the point? Is there confusion or something? I'm just putting this continue for your practice. Okay. So output without the table of three. This is our output. Okay, Kushi, this is our inner loop. Means the for loop within the for loop. You can use while loop within while loop also. You can use for each loop within the for each loop. Do while loop within the do while loop. Yeah, you can also use the while loop within the for loop. The for each loop within the for loop. There is no foundation. Okay, Raki? Let's see one another example. Do you have any confusion regarding this? Tell me. Any confusion? Okay. This loop is the inner loop will execute for every iteration of outer loop. Just remember this. Inner loop will execute for every iteration of outer loop. Okay, Raki? Let's see the example with while loop. In while loop, we just set the condition to use any other variable dollar. Let's see, dollar a less than 5. Just echoing a incrementing a. I have to initialize first dollar a 0. This is our space. This is our simple while loop. Comment this. Okay, Kushi. This is our simple while loop. We already discussed about the while loop. While loop just terminate if the condition is true. Did you get the point? If this condition, one second. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4. When the condition is false, my mistake. When this condition will be false, then this loop will terminate. Same as the for loop. When this condition is false, our loop will terminate. A simple while loop. We already discussed about the while loop also. Okay, Rakhi. It means we just initialize a variable with 0. We are checking 0. Is the value of 0 less than 5 or not? Yeah. That means is the value of our variable is less than 5 or not? In the first condition, yeah, it is true. If it is true, then this code will execute. What we have done in coding, we just echoing the value of a and we just incrementing with 1 or value of a. Means in the second time when this loop will execute, the value of a will be 1. So in the for the 1, this code will also execute because this condition is true. 1 is less than 5. Yeah. Then we echo 1, increment 1, increment our variable with 1. Okay, this is our increment operator, plus plus. Okay. So in the third condition, the value of a will be 2. In fourth condition, value of a will be 3 and 4. And when the value of 5 means, is the 5 less than 5? No, 5 is equals to 5. Is that so or not? 5 is less than 5. Then this condition will false. Then this loop will be terminated. A simple. This is the simple while loop. So our code will be 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I use a break, or yeah, if I use a simple echo break for proper display, then our output will be in line. Break is used for next line. Okay, Raki. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 means there is 5 iteration in our while. Okay, Raki. If I want to print 1, 2 to 3 means if I want to print 2 to 5, 2 to 5, then I have to use equals to. Is that so or not? What will the output? Raki, tell me. I just change the condition means I just initialize our variable with 2 and change the condition means when the less than equals to 5, this loop will execute till the value of a is less than or equals to 5. So 2 to 5. Okay, Okay, Rafi. Now, if I just nothing else, I just include this loop within our while loop. This within means our while loop ends here, and we just add this for loop within our while loop. Tell me the output. Okay, tell me the output. One second. I have to use a here because I don't have the value of I. Here is no y, and I just increment this one second control y x will be here. Now tell me the output. Means I'm just multiply the value of a with the value of j. Means for every iteration of outer loop, inner loop will execute fully execute. Means it will execute all the iteration for one single iteration of outer loop. This is our outer loop, same as above. This is our outer loop, and this is our inner loop. Same condition. There is no changes. Okay, are you there? Yeah, let's see the output. Let's see the output, and then after you ask me the query. Okay, because of this echo, I have to just remove this. Now see the output. The table of 2, table of 3, table of 4, and again table of 5. And Raki, ask me. No difficulty, ask me. Means this is while loop. While loop means this will execute like a loop. Loop means for it start from 2 means whenever this condition gets false, whenever this condition gets false, then this loop will terminate. Simple. When this condition will false means when the value of a is not equals to less than or 5, means when the value of a is 6, then this loop will terminate. Simple. For the so this is there is this loop will execute how many times? 2 to 5. 2 3 4 5 is 4 times this loop will execute, and we just use the inner loop within our while loop. So this loop will execute for every iteration. Means for there is a 4 iteration of outer loop. For every iteration of outer loop there is 4 iteration in outer loop. So for first iteration this loop will execute 10 times. For second iteration this loop will execute again 10 times, and for the third this loop execute 10 times, and also for fourth. This is the our fourth iteration of our while loop, and this is because of our inner loop. Means in this case the value of a is equals to 5. The same example. I just there is some difference between there is changes in coding or syntax, but this is the same output. If I remove this, then this is also get the same out. Means I just use while loop for our outer loop, nothing else. And same there is same logic in this also. Lucky, did you get the point or get the working or not? Is there any query? Any query you can ask. Not now. You have to practice this, and this will be the simple for you if you practice 2 or 3 times only. Okay, Raki? Yeah. Okay, okay. So let's stop today's session here and just revise this topic. Okay, okay. I'll inform my senior. No problem. Okay, Raki. Let's